Hello, YouTube. I'm back once again. You thought the videos were over. No, we have another video right now. This one, it feels a little different. I've been playing this game now for a long time. Let me just show you my save file. I just hit 100 hours in this game. I kind of wanted to just go through and be like, hey, this is where I'm at right now with UFO 50. A lot of the previous videos you've seen, they were recorded weeks and weeks ago. It's been probably close to a month since I recorded last. It's been a while. But I kind of just wanted to come in and, do like a follow-up episode. Because a lot of the games, I shot videos, you saw like me playing them for like 20 minutes, but now some of these games I have a lot more time in. Some of them I haven't played at all since my videos. I guess just as a whole, there's not really going to be much structure to this video. I just wanted to talk about the collection, kind of go through, here's the games I've gotten golds on, here's the games I've gotten cherries on, and kind of just talk about, what UFO 50 has been like for me. This isn't going to be the final video. I'm still planning on doing one more video because I really also do want to discuss the hidden stuff within this universe. Like, UFO 50 does have a terminal. There's a lot of stuff with the terminal, and I want to do like a very spoiler-filled video after this, so that the people that are kind of looking at it can decide, hey, do I want spoilers? Do I not want spoilers? That video will also kind of give people a hint of like, if you want to start exploring more deeper into the collection of UFO 50, here's some more ways that you can go about it. But yeah, this is my save. Again, I've got about 100 hours in this game. We've cleared quite a few. Let me just go quick through the games that I've cleared. Probably the best way to do that, my progress is great. We've got a lot of stuff here. I have went through and cleared, some of the basic stuff. Barbuda, overall, kind of an interesting platformer game. I really like the design of it, the way things are handled throughout it. It's not the easiest game, but it's good. Paint Chase, also one that, if you see my high score in the bottom here, I got a 492 on Paint Chase. That is 8 points away from the cherry, I do believe. So I just barely missed the cherry on that one. Since my original video, I think originally this had a score of like 550 or something, and they patched it to make it a little bit easier. Because 500 is definitely a tough beat. Devilition also, like, I just didn't have the points to get the cherry. Avianos, I've kind of decided is like there's a lot of randomness to this game where getting through the final scenario, because I haven't tried any of the trial stuff, but getting through the adult scenario, I was kind of just going in and just resetting the game constantly to get a good map spawn, because I'm telling you, this game, the map spawn makes all the difference. Like, you need to steal 4 towers. Like, for this map, for example, getting that 4th tower is going to be a lot harder than if there's maybe 4 towers that we both have access to, The mountains make a huge difference, for sure. There's definitely a bit of that kind of stuff in that game of, like, this is going to be a lot harder if you get a certain spawn. Warp Tank, really long game. I really enjoyed it. I've been going through and getting some of the secrets, but I still haven't gotten that 100%. Waldorf's Journey. My video on this one showed that I'm impatient. I have a really hard time getting through some of this stuff. But this one, check this out. I got through this game in under 30 minutes. Claps for me. Hooray, I did great. This one's pretty fun. I never went back and tried to get the cherry on it. Because, there's a lot of... You gotta get a lot of shells, so you really need some good strategy. Party House, I put, I think, a ton of time into this one. I don't know why I opened it up there, I didn't mean to. I was trying to get into the options here of, I want to see where this one ranks. 8th most played, so yeah, I put a lot of time into this one. Actually, I'll sort by playtime after this and kind of show, like, what I've put the most time into. Danger, this one, I really enjoyed, but getting the 100% seemed like it'd be really annoying, so I kind of stopped doing it. Overbold, this one I actually streamed on my Twitch channel, just this game randomly, and I ended up clearing it. So I think I have footage somewhere of my winning run. Again, I didn't realize what the cherry was. On that run, I was doing so well, I just ended up spending all my money at the end. I probably could have gotten the cherry if I had known what the requirements were, but that's fine. Overbold, though, is really fun. This one, I think in the video, I wasn't 100% sold on it, but I loved it. It was really a fun clear. Hyper Contender, this one I can definitely get a cherry on. I just haven't put in the time yet. Hyper Contender is really fun. I really like the assortment of different players that they've got in there. Like everyone in this game, what I love about it is like all of the characters have such a different style to them. Like playing with each person feels like a completely different person. And some of these characters, I don't think there's any world where I would clear this game with. I'm gonna be real. But I've cleared it with Voltana. I've cleared it with Elka. There's definitely other characters I think I could do. I've tried to kind of come back and get the cherry on this one, but it's really hard to kind of come back and like I'll get all the way to the final stage and then lose the mirror match, and then I lose my mind. You know, there's just something about it. And every time you play with a different character, like you kind of forget like how the world works. Like not having a double jump, like you get so used to it when you're playing with a different character, and then you come back and it's just like, come on. It's like you have to forget everything you know just to get better. Quibble Race, total RNG. I won this one with actually a lot of money. I have an $8,400 win there, which is great. However, I think you need $10,000 for the cherry on that one. Not an easy feat whatsoever. Seaside Drive's another one. I kind of just barely missed it. I guess I think I need like 30,000 on this one, or sorry, 300,000. Seaside Drive's really fun though, but I really struggle with, I think, the second level of this game. That's kind of where I fall apart. And then you get into the cherries. Magic Garden, I kind of fell in love with after I shot my video for. There's something about Magic Garden that just feels really good. And getting the cherry, I think if you've ever cleared this game and you haven't gotten the cherry, put in the time and like learn the strategies, because this game strategically is so much fun. Like Magic Garden, I honestly think might be one of the best games in this collection. It's a real like classic arcade kind of game, but man, it is great. Like I just enjoy it. I haven't played it in a while. This was actually I think one of the first cherries I got, so it's been a hot minute since I've played it last. But the strategies for this one, you definitely have to put in the time. For the record, like there's a lot to learn. Like I have almost 4 hours in this game, which for an arcade game is pretty good. But I found that UFO 50, it's been a great game for me to just play on my Steam Deck. So like when I'm going to bed, I know the experts say you probably shouldn't be falling asleep with like screens. Like you should be turning all your screens off. But I love to like just play the Steam Deck in bed for like 30 minutes to an hour. And just kind of wind down a bit and then go to sleep. It's actually probably where most of the progress on this game came from. It is playing it like every night for like a half hour or so, depending what I was doing. Tactics is one of my favorite games in this collection. I love Tactics. I have friends that don't seem quite as sold on it as I do, but Tactics is really fun. This one, the cherry, is a really it's stressful because you got to play through ranked mode and get to rank 100. I'm pretty sure in ranked mode, whenever you do a match, you're talking like when you do a match in ranked mode. Hold on, I'm trying to get some kind of gameplay going, so I'm not just staring at a static screen here. But when you play in ranked mode, if you clear all the enemies' flags without getting hit, I think you gain 10 ranks. But then you get less and less depending on like what you're doing behind it, you know. So there's definitely it's stressful because every time you lose, you're getting kicked back in the rankings, which is just like annoying. It's really easy to make good progress, and then you just lose it because you go on like a bad streak or whatnot. Mooncat, I think this one is, you know, when I originally played it, I was like, this game's impossible. These controls are so hard. I think over time, though, this one actually became way easier. Like, I had a hard time playing it on video, but once you like learn how the controls work, like you just kind of master it a bit, which is good because if you've ever tried to cherry this game, it's tough. Like you have to find a lot of secrets in this game in order to cherry it because you need to get all the eggs, and there's like a bunch of different endings to this game. And yeah, it can be kind of deceptive on like how hard it is to find some of this stuff. This game, I'm not gonna go into it because I don't want to spoil anything for people that are trying to like find stuff. but this game does have a secret language, and there are a lot of alternate paths. Apparently, I should go back and watch my episode of this, because I think I found a secret path in my video and I didn't even realize it. And looking back on it, I'm not really even sure like what I did is the thing. Yeah, this game, while the controls are very difficult, I'm gonna prove that I'm lying to you and that it's actually really hard to control. Once you understand the way the game controls, this game is shorter, and I think a lot of the difficulty is based around you not knowing the controls. So once you know the controls, like it's like a different world, you know. You can get through this game in like 20 minutes or so. Definitely this is kind of the start though with the games where I started, like I don't think I would have found all the eggs in this game on my own. I did as much exploring as I could, and then I started kind of looking some stuff up because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to find all the secrets in this game. I did find a lot of the like, I was mentioning how there's kind of a hidden language in this game. I found a lot of that on my own. Not all of it though. But if you just wander around this world, you kind of dumb luck your way into like a lot of stuff. Mooncat, I think, is really interesting. I don't think overall it's like a great game. I think it's better than Barbuda because it's kind of the follow-up to Barbuda in the lore of the game. But I think because it's such a shorter game, though, really honestly, if you haven't played through Barbuda, the length of Barbuda is also kind of short. Like I got through it. It took me a little while to get through it my first time, but I think I could clear the Barbuda in like under 10 minutes at this point. Because you quickly find out that like, yeah, there's a lot to the world, but you don't have to have everything, which is nice. Camouflage, I loved Camouflage. Way too short, I think, is the biggest problem. It never really gets too difficult. It is a good puzzle game though, and I did enjoy it. Big Bell Race, I think I cleared this one on camera. It did take me a while to get the cherry because getting all firsts can be kind of hard. Porgy, I think I like Porgy. I do have 100% clear on this. It just doesn't save the final boss kill, so it'll say 95. But getting the cherry is getting all the items and upgrades and stuff. Porgy, I liked for the most part. It is kind of tedious though. There's a lot of like trade-offs and having to make trips back and forth constantly. Porgy, not for everyone. Divers, I did clear both of the RPGs in this package with the cherry. Divers, it's just really kind of a grindy game, honestly. It's not like an overly large game. It took me almost 6 hours on this one. But I don't know, I enjoyed it. I think it's not like the difficulty in this game I think is artificial because you can just grind your way to victory. And in fact, you have to. Pin Golf, I really clutched this one. I got a best score of 0 to get the cherry. I was at negatives the entire time, and then I lost negatives at the end. I thought, because of the cherry description, they won't show you it now. I think the cherry description says you should be under par, so I was actually surprised when they gave it to me at 0. But maybe I read it wrong. I actually don't remember. Pin Golf, though, is great. There's a lot of strategy to it. Once you kind of know the whole game, it's all about consistency, right? You mess up on one hole and you're just in trouble. But definitely in Pin Golf, I think like bouncing is kind of your best skill, you know? And if you could just get consistent at getting under par on like half of the holes, then you just have to be good enough to be like just kind of standard on the other ones. So I'm really showcasing my abilities right now. Yeah, I've lost it. I haven't played this one in a while, I'm gonna be real. Pin Golf, though, it just took a bit of a grind. How long did it take me? I mean, I guess 2 hours isn't too bad, but look at that, 14 plays on it. I guess 13 before I just launched it now. Grimstone, this is by far the game I put the most time into. Grimstone is a very lengthy RPG. I kind of expected it to be like 5 or 6 hours. My clear time, I have almost 18 hours in this game. Grimstone, though, I think is fantastic. Definitely, a lot of it depends on the party you have built. You'll have an easier time depending on who you pick, I think. I picked a little bit different of a party than I had in the video. I think I had 2 characters that were in the video and then 2 that weren't. But overall, I mean, so who is in my party? My party is I have Bull, I have Pearl, I have Maria, I have Anne. The cool thing about this game is that like some of the characters, they all have like their own storylines. It kind of reminds me of a Chrono Trigger a bit, where like you'll go to certain areas and there'll be characters that are from like certain towns, and they'll have their own little arc. And some of them will give you abilities that kind of make the game easier. There's a lot of variety in this one. I actually got through it without really having like a healer. Like none of my characters are healers, and does some minor like AOE healing, but nothing that's game changing. Um, but definitely, I got the cherry on this game. You have to defeat the final boss without letting any party members die. I did it on accident. I didn't know that was the cherry until after the fact. Um, but I got through the final boss with just sheer damage. A lot of the guides I had looked at afterwards were mentioning that, oh yeah, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I think there's a lot of different ways that you can go about getting through this game, and I think grinding. I'm gonna guess that there's like a level cap of like level 50. I actually have no clue. I got through the game at what 37, 36. The final section of this game actually wasn't even the hardest part. There's a section before the final part that I struggled with. I died a lot. And in fact, if we go back to my library and look at my stats, I had 39 posse deaths, so that's a full party wipe 39 times, which is a lot. I'm not fantastic at RPGs if it wasn't obvious. And then we've got Night Manor. Night Manor is fantastic. I really like the Night Manor. I like that it has two different endings, so you can either take like an easier route, or you can keep going and do like a harder route. Night Manor was really cool. Not too long of a game. I think I got through it actually in under 2 hours. And I pretty much did it in 2 sittings because I just enjoyed it so much. But definitely Night Manor was a good one. Pilot Quest also. This is probably the hardest cherry that I've done, because I got through it. Pilot Quest, I don't know how much I want to say about Pilot Quest because I don't want to spoil anything for people. But Pilot Quest, the cherry is defeating a very hard enemy, and I think you're kind of supposed to do it over time. I got a really, really, really lucky run in where I took care of it pretty quick, which is good. Because it is not easy. It's not an easy task. Pilot Quest, though, is a very cool game. And then I guess looking at like my other stuff, there's games on here that I haven't played since my video. It's interesting to see like what I didn't click with. Mortal, I only got through the first world and then I kind of just stopped playing it. There's something about the way it does stuff that stresses me out, and I think it gets hard really fast that I never really came back to Mortal. Planet Zoldath, I literally have not launched since my video. As you can see on this save file, I have no record of it because I've never played it. Blockwalla, just a bit too hard for me. Campanella, also the stage B boss, which is like the basketball boss, I've never been able to beat. It's so hard for me. I don't know what it is about it, but I can't handle it. Gulf Area, I do not like. I don't think it's a very good game. Onion Delivery, I think it's way too hard to drive. I did get to day 3 once on a different save, but that's the furthest I've ever made it. There's a lot of RNG in Onion Drive too that like conditions you can get certain ones that are way harder. Caramel. Dude, I'll never know how to pronounce this one. That's another one. It's just too hard for me. I can't get past the first level. Hotfoot, too hard for me. Can't get past the 3rd game. This is the common thing, right? Rail Heist is actually what I've been working on most recently. I've gotten through 4 levels. My problem with a Rail Heist is my brain. It's a collectathon thing of like every time I clear a level, I got to get all the stars, right? And that's the part that's like really slowing me down of like some of these levels I put a lot of time into because I was trying to get all the different stars, because there's one for doing it fast, there's one for doing it without killing anyone, there's one for doing it with killing everyone. And these levels, as you go on, become like more and more puzzly. Like this one I'm working on right now is chicken hell. There's just chickens everywhere. And you need the chickens to solve puzzles, and it's just like, well, I'll never figure it out, so I get shot in the foot instead. It's just the way life goes sometimes. But Rail Heist is what I'm working on right now. Rock on Island is another one that I've kind of been working on, but it is hard for me. I've kind of read some tips and stuff and ways to make the game easier, but it's not all clicking with me. I got a perfect on like the first stage, but after that, like I'm just struggling to clear stuff because it is like this one, the Wasteland, I've gotten to the last round and died, and it's heartbreaking when it happens. I almost need someone to just tell me what to build where, because I can't figure it out. I don't have enough of a puzzle brain when it comes to like real time stuff. My understanding though is that you're supposed to treat campfires like not campfires, the chickens like banks, because they sell for the same price that they cost to put down. So you're supposed to put them down like right at the end of a round and sell them. I don't know. There's some way to get like increased economy in that game that never really clicked with me. It's tough. Mortal 2 is another one I haven't played since the video. I actually liked it in the video, but I got in such a mindset of like, oh, I should finish Mortal first, and then I never really got into Mortal, so I never launched Mortal 2 again. Fistel, I think this game's way too hard for me. I'm on Scare 3, the third level. I think the third level seems brutally difficult. You have infinite continues in this game, so like if you have the willpower to just keep pushing and pushing, you'll get through it. But I got to the third level and I tried it a couple times and I was like, I don't want to keep grinding this. There's still 2 more stages. They probably don't get easier. So I kind of just threw it in there. Campanella 2 I played once after a stream. I think in this game I have 11 minutes in it. So I have less time in this save than I have on it. It's still my 43rd most played. So there's 7 games in here I've less than 10 minutes in probably. Campanella 2, though, I don't really like. It doesn't click with me. Valbrace, I definitely have a hard time remembering like map layouts and stuff, and the floors get very massive. So I haven't even made it through the second floor. I know it says floor 1, but floor 0 is like the tutorial level. Floor 1, I've gotten very deep into and then died, and then they want you to start over, and I'm like, I'm good. Lords of Disconia, another one I haven't really played since. Alphazar's Hat, I launched once. This one, I feel bad. Of all the videos I shot, Alphazar's Hat was the one, when I played it, I felt like I was really negative on it. And a lot of people, Alphazar's Hat is like their favorite game in the collection. So I did feel kind of bad about my video on it. I almost wanted to reshoot it, but I never did. This game, though, it just hasn't really clicked with me. Like, I haven't really found, I think graphically, musically, like, there's a lot of cool stuff. This one is one that I just wish I liked it more, but I don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, and maybe someone can be like, oh yeah, Alphazar's Hat is great, and this is why. It's too much memorization of like, okay, if I have... This feels like you get a power if you have 2 of a card, and then you get a different power if you have 3 of a card. And having to remember all those powers, I don't know. It just isn't for me, I think. I think that's it. I've only ever seen the second stage of this game, I think. This is another example of where my video, I made it further than I ever made it off stream. Combatants is so hard. I've really tried hard to get further than 2 missions in this game. I just can't do it. This one is such a struggle for me. It's tough. And I think a lot of these games are they're tough. Campanella 3 is another one I played once off stream, I think. 2 minutes. I don't know why I keep saying stream, off video, you know what I mean. 2 minutes in this one. I played 1 round of it, and I was like, eh. Campanella 3 I like more than 2, but I have less playtime in it. Maybe someday I'll come back to this one, I don't know. Cyber Owls is another one that's just too hard for me. Again, this one, 0 missions 1, that's worse than my video, so my video actually has more progress than this one. Bug Hunter is just kind of hard for me. I did make it through a stage, that's great for me. Ninpek, I've gotten to the final segment multiple times. I just can't do it. I can't clear it. I'm so close, but I can't do it. Belgress is another one. Floor 60, I just can't do the 3rd level. It kicks my ass. Pickle Up Fantastic, I've really tried to get the gold on this one. Still haven't managed to do it, but I'm getting closer. We made it to level 4. That's pretty good. Bushido Ball, way too hard. Beat 3 fighters. I'll never get through that 3rd fighter, I think. It is not smart enough. Rakshasha is one I think I've kind of come to enjoy a lot more than I did in my video. I've made more progress in it, but I'm still a long ways from beating it. Same with Star Wasper. Like, I've made it pretty far into this game. I think this game has 4 waves, so, I mean, no, 5 waves. So, I've maybe made it halfway through. And then my biggest regret, I think, is Mini and Max. I think this one, from what I've been told by other people, I I've seen a lot of people say, like, this is the first game they cleared, this is the first cherry they got. I kind of feel stuck in this game. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do anymore. I almost need someone to, like, point me in the right direction. Maybe I need to just start looking up guides. Maybe that's the answer. But as you can see, I only have a couple items. And I don't know. I've wandered around a lot, and I've tried to kind of find my way, but it just hasn't really clicked for me yet. I kind of hope someday it does, but I don't know. We'll see. I think I really like the aesthetic of it, and I like the way things are handled, but it just it's my biggest shame, I think, of like games that I probably should have cleared that I haven't yet. But that's fine. Maybe eventually we'll come back to it. I've really hit the point with UFO 50 where I kind of feel like I'm hitting the end of my time. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've gotten so much value out of this, and I've had a lot of fun. But it just, some of these games are too hard for me, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ever going to clear them. Because right now, when you look at like how the achievements work in this game, I am an achievement guy. I love achievements. I would need, I think, like 3 or 4 more cherries to get the next achievement, and then I'd have to clear like 6 or 7 games to get the next gold achievement. So you know, we got a lot of work to do. But yeah, I don't know if this video is really gonna be that exciting for most people. I just kind of wanted to give like one last, you know, hey. You know, you saw my first impressions. Here's where I'm at after like, playing this game for 100 hours. I know visually this might not be the most exciting video. You can use it more as a podcast, I guess. I don't know why I'd say that at the end of a video. If you've made it this far, you've already heard me yammer on and on. I am, like I said earlier in the video, I am planning on doing one more video. I don't know if it'll be out a day after this one releases or not. It depends how long it takes, because I think that one's going to be a little bit more edited, but... I will say this game does have a terminal. There are secrets hidden within this game. Without going into it too much in this video, because I'll go into it in that video, it's one of my favorite things about UFO 50 is the stuff hidden underneath, the extra layer. I don't know if you'd call it an ARG or not. I think that's what a lot of people in alternate reality game. I want to walk through what that looks like. Talk about, you know, some of the hidden stuff that I've experienced. I actually already recorded footage of all the hidden stuff in this game that I know of. And I kind of wanted a spot to talk about it and show it off. So there will be one more video where we'll go over that kind of stuff. But since it's going to be more of an edited video, it might take a little bit longer to get out. We'll see. When you're watching this, you know, maybe it's already done because I'm recording this one like 4 days in advance of its release. So... this has been UFO 50. Again, I've mentioned it in all my videos, but if you enjoy, I guess like if you're on the fence about buying this, I should say, you should pick it up. Like this collection, it is insane how much value you get for the money. Like $25 for this series is insane. Because again, I have like my Steam right now, I have like 130 hours in this game between this and my other save. And it's just like, oh, for $25, you're paying 50 cents a game. I know a lot of these games, you know, not every game is going to work for everyone. I don't think there's anyone out there that would say, this is 50 great games. I think they're going to say, these are my favorites. These are some of my lesser favorite ones, you know. And I'm sure there's probably a few people don't like. Like, I do not like Planet Zoldath. I'm sorry to keep coming back to Planet Zoldath, but I just don't. It's just not for me. I don't get it. But also, you go on other people's favorite lists. Like if we were a tier list ranking this, there's probably people that would put some of these games that I don't like as their favorites, and that's fine. Like we all have our different tastes. So you can talk in the comments. You can tell me where my takes are bad, where they're good. Actually, what I would love to see in the comments is if you've made it this far through the series, you're playing through UFO 50. If you see any games on this list where you're like, that should be an easy clear, tell me which ones I should be working on, all right? I know I'll never 100% this game. That's pretty obvious because I just don't have the skill level to do a lot of it. What am I missing? I feel like Mini and Max is probably my starting point of like games I should have finished. Because it's not overly difficult, it's just like an experience, you know, a game. I think Rail Heist I can get through. I think Rock on Island, if I put in the work, I could get through. Ninpak, I keep getting so close and failing. I have to be able to get through that. Kick Club, I think I could clear. Like, there's still a handful of games I think I could finish. But is there enough to get me through this third row into gold? I should also maybe the other thing I should just do is focus on the old garden, you know? Look how many gifts I'm missing. Like, maybe that's what I need. Like, a little micro challenge of, like, get the gifts you're missing to, like, advance. By the way, this place is looking terrifying. Like, you got a cow hiding in the back there. The pig is using the computer right now. Maybe programming the latest and greatest for UFO Soft. I don't know. But yeah, this has been UFO 50. If you've made it all the way through these videos, I have to say thank you so much. By the way, that's crazy. This is a lot of content. I know. If this is the first video you're seeing, I'm sorry. This is a crazy video to start with. This is more just a follow up for people that have been kind of sticking with it. If you have been watching, or if you just found this video randomly and you're like, what even is this, right? There should be a playlist button sometime right about now in the top right corner. You can click that. You can see the full playlist of my first impressions of all 50 UFO 50 games. I played all 50 of them for the first 50 days, etc., etc. But yeah, this has been it. This is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, one more video will be popping up. There will be a spoiler warning immediately in that video. If you don't want spoilers, it won't be for you. But if you want to see what UFO 50 is really all about, the depths, the stuff underneath, please watch that video because I think it's going to be a good one. Thank you so much. I'm logging off now. Goodbye, everyone. Peace. See ya. Ta-ta.